All right, Brenden, from what you've heard this from your teammates this week, how does the Red River Showdown compare to the Civil War?
I would say it's the same intensity, just because with every football game you want to approach it the same. Obviously it's two good teams that I would say have a long history of always playing well against each other and wanting to have bragging rights for the rest of that year. So I mean it's going to be intense. I would say and I'm just looking forward to the opportunity to go out there and go to battle with my brothers and come out with the victory.
Jake, go ahead.
Brenden, you were obviously around a great quarterback at Oregon and Justin Herbert. I was wondering if there was a way that Sam approaches his game and just every single week that's similar to that. And if so, or if not, what have you picked up from Sam just in terms of his leadership and ability to kind of have guys gravitate towards him?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've had a great opportunity to play with two great quarterbacks in my career, and Sam and Justin are both just great competitors. They love the game. They want to win. They want to get better. They're not in it for what football brings them, but they're in it because they love football, and they both have approached each week like professionals and true competitors, and if that's who you are, you're gonna come in and week out, and you're going to prepare like this is your last game, and that's what they both do. And I just have great respect for both of them. Justin was my roommate for a couple years up at Oregon, so I got to know him really well. Getting to know Sam pretty well out here, and just have nothing but great things to say about both of them.
Joe, go ahead.
Brenden, when you were being recruited by Texas, what was the coach's message to you about what your role was going to be, what you could do here? And then as far as this week specifically, what do you think your role is going to be, kind of being that utility guy in the wide receiver room?
Oh yeah, no. When I was getting recruited, had multiple phone calls with Coach Coleman, and he told me that he really liked what I showed on film, and that I can come in, and if I was able to dive into the playbook and learn that as fast as possible, that would be my best opportunity to get on the field. And so that's pretty much what I did when I got here. Got the playbook as fast as I could, and dove into that and tried to just learn one spot and then learn the other spot and learn the other spot. And so I know what everybody's doing on the field, so I can, contribute wherever the team needs me pretty much. And I would say for this week, wherever the team needs me, whether that be outside, inside, special teams, I'm there for whoever needs me whenever they need me.
Nick, you're up.
Yeah, Brenden, obviously, it was an interesting offseason for everyone, but maybe a little more nerve-wracking for you with, transferring not once but twice. What was that process like? I mean, was there fear of finding a fit just in terms of, the short window that you had? And how worried were you about, kind of getting up to speed? It looks obviously like you and Sam have been able to kind of establish a rapport, but how concerned were you about getting up to speed with just a few weeks before the season started when you got here?
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely nerve-wracking to say the least, for me and my brother both, because once the Pac-12 came out and said that they're not going to have a season, we were just like, well, we got to go find somewhere to play, because we both don't want to wait, longer to play or wait, an extra year. So once we both hit the portal, it was that waiting game, and minutes felt like hours and hours felt like days, and just so thankful that Texas, came in and gave me this opportunity. And I told them I'm going to do anything and everything in my power I can to help this team. So to say nerve-wracking is an understatement. And I just can't thank my parents enough, and family and friends, for being that backbone for me and my brother both. Show us support and just love, and just know that wherever we go, we're in the right spot for us.
Anwar, go ahead.
Hey, Brenden, I have two questions for you. The first one was, what was it like playing against your brother against Tech? Did you guys any contact with him on the field at all? And just kind of curious what the trash talk was like after that game.
No, yeah, it was interesting because when I was at Oregon, he was at Arizona. We played each other twice. So, and I won the first matchup and he won the second. So this was kind of the tiebreaker game. And so, I mean, it was cool. And I was always, super excited for him whenever he was out there making plays. You know, obviously, like I want our team to do well, but you know, I can't help but cheer for my brother when he's doing well as well. Also, and you know, he did tackle me once. It was a little screenplay to the boundary to our sideline, and you know, tackled me and got up, and there was, you know, some friendly trash talking going on, but it's all love between us, and you know, said, you know, how proud I was of him after the game, and that we'll talk soon. So nothing but fun when I get to play him.
The other question is, what have you been able to do so successfully to get caught up or be up to speed to be able to contribute so fast and so instantly? Like, do you have the playbook down pack, or people just telling you run here? Like, you know, you've been able to have an impact. So I'm just kind of curious what you've been able to do to have that success.
Yeah, no, like I said before, I dove into the playbook, and you know, I meet with our receiver GA John Miller, and you know, I can't thank him enough for, you know, taking the time out of his day to just have me ask him questions and just go over plays and have him signal me the formations, and then I have to tell him what I have, not only what I have, but what everybody else has. And you know, that's really helped me kind of grasp the concept of the offense, and I'm still learning from week to week, still absorbing, trying to be that sponge, just absorb everything I can. Coach Coleman is an awesome receiver coach. Coach Jursich is awesome. He takes time out of his day to meet with me as well, and just make sure that everybody's on the same page. And at the end of the day, they can trust me to do the right thing when I'm out there on the field.
Got time for the last 4 questions in queue. Start with Brian.
Yeah, Brenden, I'm just curious about your mindset. You know, when guys go anywhere as grad transfers, you know, they come in with this wealth of experience, and it's almost like the coaches expect them to sort of carry themselves kind of like pros.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an inherent pressure to do that when you're in a room with a bunch of new guys?
I would say it's more of urgency to learn the playbook, and to, you know, just be that old head in the room where I can help shed some light on maybe a situation where someone might be struggling, just because I've had those past years of experience at 2 different schools, and you know, being in my 3rd offense now. So it's just that it's kind of like that business mentality for me as well, because this is, like, you know, my last season, but also urgency to, you know, just be that guy for the young kids in the room to lean on, to ask questions, just because, like, I've been through a lot being, you know, a 5th year now.
Olivia, you're up.
Hi, Brendan. I have a question. So I know you're a grad student. You've talked a lot about how contributing to the team, you need to learn the playbook. Was the chemistry with Sam there from the start, or how long did it take to build that trust and chemistry between the 2 of y'all?
I would say it happened pretty quick. You know, Sam's a great quarterback, got a great arm. There wasn't really ever a time where he was, you know, missing me, or I was, you know, not where I needed to be at the, you know, certain time. So, I mean, I really haven't, you know, felt like we haven't had that chemistry. It kind of felt like it just happened pretty naturally right when I got here. So that's been, you know, a blessing as well.
Got time for 2 last ones. Marcus, go ahead.
Yeah, Brendan, do you remember exactly how many weeks of practice you had before the UTEP game? And then also just kind of going off Olivia's question, as far as, you know, building rapport with the new quarterback, does it make it easier that Sam has been in this system for a while and is a senior?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Sam, you know, has had a lot of playing time, a lot of experience, and that helps. That he's going to know pretty much what everybody is doing on the field, and he's going to know where the receivers are supposed to be. So that's been a huge beneficial factor for I think the connection that we've been developing and are going to continue to develop. And I think I practiced for maybe a week and a half, almost 2 weeks before the UTEP game.